Imagine a person who couldn't code becomes an indie developer, makes over $1 million, and turns down both Y Combinator investment and a partnership with Microsoft. Hi, I'm David Kim. Welcome to my new series. As a former entrepreneur and YouTuber with over 200k subscribers, I am now an anonymous indie developer. This series explores indie developers' journeys, analyzing their successes and failures to provide insights for aspiring developers and interested viewers. Join me as we explore the world of indie development together. Today, let's dive into the incredible story of an indie developer named David Bressler. Imagine a person who couldn't code becomes an indie developer, makes over $1 million, and turns down both Y Combinator investment and a partnership with Microsoft. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly what David did. The product he made is Formula Bot, a productivity tool for data analysis pros. It's still going strong with 180,000 monthly visitors. It can turn text into Excel formulas, SQL queries, scripts, and regex. Basically, it converts natural language into Excel formulas as its main selling point when it first launched. The inspiration for David's startup came from his own work experience. As a manager, he often had team members asking him how to write Excel formulas. Let's be honest, Excel formulas can be tricky. Many people claim to be office experts on their resumes, but those who can really work with complex Excel formulas are rare. Even I find myself scratching my head when faced with complicated Excel formulas, and I use Office all the time. So this is a classic startup story. Solving a real problem you've met, David kept getting Excel formula questions from colleagues, which got him thinking, could I create a product to solve this common issue? As they say, luck favors the prepared mind. July 2022 marked a turning point in David's life. His youngest child was about to be born. This meant David had about 6 weeks of leave coming up. For many, this would simply be time off to rest, but David had that entrepreneurial urge. Speaking of the entrepreneurial spirit, there's a definition I really like. Entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity without regard to resources currently controlled. Now, imagine you're in charge of product development at a big company. You've got loads of money to invest in the market. That's not really the essence of entrepreneurship. True entrepreneurship is about pursuing opportunities even when resources are scarce. It's about finding ways to seize those chances no matter what. That's my take on that definition, and I couldn't agree more with it. In my view, David Bressler embodies this entrepreneurial spirit. When his child was born, giving him about 6 weeks off, he chose to use that time to bring his startup idea to life. What's even more incredible is that he didn't even know how to code at the time, but that didn't stop him. He chose to use Bubble, a no-code development platform, to build his MVP. He learned how to use it by watching YouTube tutorials. He even asked GPT for product name suggestions, and that's how Excel Formula Bot was born. I want to talk about timing because it's crucial in David's story. His youngest child was born in July 2022, a key moment. Back then, AI products weren't as ubiquitous as they are now. We're used to all sorts of AI innovations today, but in mid-2022, many AI applications were still novelties to most people. After launching his product, David posted about it on Reddit. I checked out the original posts. They were pretty straightforward, just brief introductions of his product in subreddits like Internet is Beautiful. But those two simple posts brought in 100,000 visitors to his product. This number speaks volumes about how many people struggle with Excel formulas. However, since David's product was free and used OpenAI's tokens, the flood of visitors led to a massive AI usage bill. He was really shocked when he saw the OpenAI bill. It cost him $4,999. Then he added a donation link on the webpage asking users for support. This smart move helped him recover a few $1,000s. While it didn't cover all his costs, it at least kept him from losing too much. Just as David's product was going viral on Reddit, an unexpected opportunity came his way. Have you ever heard of the Microsoft Excel World Championship? To be honest, I hadn't either, but it's a real thing and it's pretty professional. Think of it as the Olympics version of Excel, where participants use all sorts of Excel functions and formulas to tackle real tasks. By coincidence, the competition organizers noticed Excel Formula Bot. They reached out to David to ask if he was interested in advertising his product at the competition. This offer made David realize something. If he wanted to advertise, he'd need to start charging for his product. After all, you can't sustain advertising costs with a free product. This led David to transform Excel Formula Bot into a subscription-based service. This decision not only allowed David to advertise at the competition, but more importantly, it opened up a path to profitability for his product. Apart from the competition, he also advertised with Google Ads. And here's a detail I want to share with you. When David started running these ads, his product was still just a single-page website. This simple one-page site managed to earn David over $30,000 in just 3 months after he started charging. What's even more interesting is that all those features we typically consider basic for a product, things like a product description page, user account system, and payment interface, were actually developed over the months following that initial $30,000 earnings. So the product started as nothing more than a one-page Excel formula generator. All those extra functions were added later. Another crucial factor in David's success is his dedication to customer feedback. David believed that direct communication with customers was essential. He often received emails from users asking about problems his product couldn't yet solve. Interestingly, some users would even send their Excel spreadsheets, hoping David could help process their data. This happened once or twice every week, and many times these requests came from people who weren't even subscribed yet. However, he chose to help these people. He would spend time processing their files and doing some data analysis work. But David wasn't doing this for free. He came up with a clever exchange. The users needed to have a phone call with him. David would ask detailed questions about their experience with the product in those phone calls. He would inquire, "What's your favorite part of the product? Which part are you not satisfied with? What new features would you like us to add?" These seemingly simple questions actually provided David with valuable insights for product development. Through this feedback, he continually refined and improved his product. Eventually, he noticed a significant demand for data analysis tools among users. This led him to gradually transform his Excel formula generator into a comprehensive data analysis assistant tool. Soon after launching his product, he discovered about 10 copycat competitors. Many of these tools offered identical features, some even using the same front-end code. David's initial response was to lower his price to $2.99, but he quickly shifted focus to building a complete product experience, continually enriching its functionality. As a result, his competitors gradually fell behind. Some people assume that these small products are easy to replicate with no barriers to entry, but that's not the whole story. Truly successful indie developers create products with barriers. These aren't just technical barriers, they're about deep product understanding and a commitment to continuous improvement. Take David, for instance. As the original creator, he genuinely wanted to make his product the best it could be. His mind was full of ideas and plans for the future. In contrast, his competitors might have just seen a money-making opportunity, hastily launching a copycat version without a clear vision for future development. They just want to make something in a short time and quickly make money in the market. But in the long run, these imitation products definitely can't compete with the original one. It's important to be the first in the market. David's earliest launch gave him a huge advantage. When Microsoft was looking for partners, they would prioritize original creators like David instead of copycats. The advantages of being first is also about building a reputation, establishing your website's authority, and getting a head start on SEO. These might seem intangible, but they're like a snowball rolling downhill. They grow over time and are hard to replicate quickly. There will always be people who think they can easily copy a successful small product. But here's the thing, a product's real value isn't just in its features. It's in the accumulated knowledge from the founder's deep understanding of the industry. As time goes on, this understanding deepens. That's why I always say don't underestimate these small products created by indie developers. They're like streams that can grow into rivers over time. The key is the developer's determination and ability to keep improving. Just like David, who kept refining Formula Bot until it managed to integrate directly into Excel. Now, users can use Formula Bot right inside Excel. There is no need to open a a browser or copy paste anymore. That's a level of convenience that's hard for competitors to match. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. With ChatGPT and other AI technologies, won't these products become obsolete? Well, I think for plugin type products like Formula Bot, that's not really a concern. After all, using a tool directly in Excel is always going to be more convenient than opening ChatGPT and copy-pasting, right? Overall, David has created a significant gap between himself and his competitors in terms of product capability through continuous improvement. At the same time, he has also made considerable efforts in marketing, which further consolidated his market. I saw his interview with Start a Story where he mentioned spending 10% of his time on marketing. I'm not sure if this is an understatement, but honestly, spending 10% of his time on marketing seems not enough to me. Looking at the results of his marketing efforts, I think in the early stages, he mainly relied on Reddit to bring traffic. Later on, he focused more on SEO, developing many methodologies for it, effectively combining SEO with Reddit. His approach involves searching for keywords on Google and adding Reddit after these keywords. And this allows him to see which Reddit posts rank highest on Google for those terms. He then replies to those posts. This strategy is low cost, requiring only time to write responses. Moreover, since these posts already rank high on Google, they're likely to be seen by more people. Responding to promote on social platforms like Reddit is often more accepted by users compared to direct advertising. Next, let's look at David's choices when faced with collaboration offers from big companies and investment opportunities. These choices really show us David's determination and foresight as an independent developer. Microsoft's plugin department also contacted David wanting to turn his product into an official Microsoft plugin. At first, David was very happy, but later he decided to decline. He was concerned that Microsoft might just want to steal his product. He wanted to continue independently developing and improving the product, so he ultimately rejected Microsoft's cooperation request. Additionally, some venture capital firms have also approached David, including Sequoia Capital and Y Combinator. One of the interview questions for YC was how to build a billion-dollar company. As someone who has both received funding and invested in others, I find this question very easy to answer. I might say our product is the Excel for the AI age. We're here to replace traditional Excel and redefine how data is processed and analyzed. This kind of story could indeed support a billion-dollar company vision. But David's response shows a completely different perspective. He said, to build a billion-dollar company, you need to reshape an entire industry. But I just want to reshape my family's future. I just want to take a few more vacations each year. I don't want to reshape an industry. Hearing this, I couldn't help but think about how genuine David is. Perhaps this is another manifestation of the independent developer spirit. Later, David faced the temptation to sell his product. Someone offered to buy it outright for several $100,000. For David, this was a significant amount that could change a lot for his family. He was also keenly aware that his product's initial success was largely due to the viral spread on Reddit, and he worried this momentum might not last long. With AI technology advancing rapidly, he realized the market was becoming increasingly crowded. He worried about his product's future position in the industry ecosystem. Facing this uncertainty, many might choose to cut their losses and sell, but he chose not to. He shared his thoughts about startups on Twitter. First, don't give up out of fear. Second, take time to envision what your startup might look like years down the line, not just days ahead. And David set his sights on creating a product that ChatGPT couldn't replace. Looking at David's Twitter updates, it seems he's being true to himself now. In one tweet, he reflected on his past, saying he wasted years trying to balance a full-time job with his startup. It's interesting that he views his previous work as a waste of time. After quitting his job to focus entirely on his startup, David says he quickly made up for lost time. The best part? He's happier now, and more importantly, so are his wife and kids. But don't forget, his ability to start this venture was built on a solid foundation. He had $100,000 in savings. This significantly reduced his risk. Also, when David talks about being happier, we should remember that his startup has already achieved considerable success. His product has already earned millions of dollars, which is undoubtedly a major factor in his happiness. If the business hadn't done well, the story might have been different. I have to say, for many people with an entrepreneurial spirit, the journey of starting a business is valuable regardless of the outcome. The process itself can be incredibly rewarding and worth experiencing. It often brings a unique kind of joy and fulfillment. David also shared some marketing insights. He emphasized the importance of the quality score in Google Ads, a metric he believes is crucial but often neglected. He even tweeted some clever tricks to improve this QS metric. For those interested in details, I'll include a link to his original post in the description box. Besides that, he believes that the main goal of an MVP is to test the market, not to make quick money. When he first launched his product, he adopted a price war strategy, setting the price at just $2.99. At that time, the lifetime value of a customer was $27. He added new features every week from the start. These updates not only improved the product, but also justified gradual price increases. To reduce customer churn, David maintained low prices for early subscribers. This clever move made these users less likely to unsubscribe, knowing they'd face much higher prices if they left and came back later. This strategy created a lock-in effect, encouraging long-term product use. At the same time, it didn't stop new users from subscribing at higher prices, thereby boosting overall revenue. It's quite a clever strategy. His product now costs $30 per month, with the LTV of a customer exceeding $100. Through his experiences, David has come to believe that viral marketing is crucial for creating big opportunities. In one of his tweets, he compared viral marketing to gambling, likening it to playing a slot machine, saying that you just need to keep pulling the lever. I agree with this perspective. While viral spread does involve luck, it doesn't mean we should rely solely on chance. First and foremost, you need to ensure that your content quality is top-notch. Your content must have the potential to resonate with people and be widely shared. However, even high-quality content doesn't guarantee viral success. That's why David emphasizes constantly pulling the lever. You need to keep trying, creating different content, experimenting with various platforms and strategies. Each attempt increases your chances of achieving viral spread. David Bressler's success story has several important takeaways. First, his timing was spot on. He launched his product when people were most curious about AI. He also got lucky. If his youngest child had been born just 6 months or a year later, his product might not have seemed as fresh or exciting to people. Second, David showed incredible self-motivation. Despite not knowing how to code, he managed to launch his product in just 6 weeks. That's pretty impressive. Third, he went the extra mile for his customers. This not only kept them happy, but also gave him ideas on how to make his product even better. Fourth, David took an interesting approach to viral marketing. He treated it like a slot machine, emphasizing the importance of trying again and again. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, David focused on product quality and family happiness instead of chasing investors to build a big company. This challenges the usual startup mindset and shows David's wisdom about what really matters in life. So, what's your take on David's choices? In your view, what does a successful indie developer look like? Are you more drawn to rapid growth and massive success, or do you place higher value on quality of life and personal satisfaction? You can share your thoughts in the comments. Remember, there's no standard answer on the journey of startups. What matters is finding the path that's right for you and pursuing it with passion. Perhaps David's story can offer us some inspiration in helping us strike a balance between professional success and personal happiness. Alright, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating indie developer case studies and stories coming your way.